From Fox 13, the most powerful name in local news, this is Good Day Tampa Bay.
But first, right now, Laura Moody is gonna mow this man's lawn all by herself.
In this heat, in these heels, folks.
Right.
It'll be a television first. Seriously, when we talked to you on Tuesday, we introduced you to a man by the name of Donald Chapman, and we talked about people thinking that the grass might be a little greener for him. Well, this morning, it definitely is, folks. He's got a new yard, new landscaping. It is gorgeous. We'll tell you why, the reason for this change, and a few of those changes you might be able to implement yourself on a dime. We're back after this.
All right, I want you to take a look. It's not horrible, but it's not great. In fact, this lawn was so average it won a contest. That video was shot earlier this week. Today, that home looks just a bit different. Oh boy, does it ever. Laura Moody is out in Wesley Chapel with that story this morning. Laura?
Good morning to you, Tom. And you hit the nail on the head. I mean, there was nothing overtly wrong about Donald Chapman's house, but there was nothing really right about it either. It needed a little pop. It needed a little personality. And when he won that Save the Yard, Save That Yard campaign put on by the RISE organization, he was thrilled because this was a chance for you to get a little personality. And Donald, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
And let's just show folks once again what his house looked like before this incredible makeover. There were sort of dull rock beds in the front, smaller shrubs. What were some other things that sort of aggravated you about the look of the place?
It was so unsightly to me that my deer that's out front almost left. I must say that...
We'll meet the deer later.
I must say that aesthetically speaking, it's fabulous.
Well, now it is. So folks, yeah, let's show them the new product because we're in the backyard here, but the front yard really is the area that got the biggest makeover, right?
Absolutely, and this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Yes.
It just has a better pop. Right? And you said, this is a former Marine here. You tried everything you could. You had chinch bugs. You had some thatch issues with some grass clippings. They got in the way. And your Marine buddies said...
Well, yeah, they kind of cracked on me. After going through what I went through with the Marine Corps and have this line kick my butt. It does something to your ego. But I tell you, I am so grateful to Peter, the landscaper of Cornerstone, because he has a vision that...
Unbelievable. So let's bring Peter in now. Peter Klinkenberg. This is the landscaper with Cornerstone Solution Groups. This is sort of your brainchild. Excellently done, Peter. I mean, this is some simple changes that really made a big difference.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And so what were you thinking when you first saw it? I mean, design-wise?
Design-wise, I saw a lot of concrete and vertical lines on his house. Really, really plain and boring. Was very, very few plants, not much of a plant bed, and his turf was in really, really rough shape.
So what was the thing you knew you had to do, most imperative?
Most imperative, I knew I had to get some vertical height in his yard. I had to get some trees. We got some beautiful queen palms and crepe myrtles. I knew I had to get some shrubs up against the house, which really give it a lot of definition and texture, and I knew I had to replace his lawn. It was in really, really sad shape.
Yeah, and you talk about decreasing your sod footprint, and that was the most interesting part to me because I think people think of landscaping, I think they think how expensive it is, but I got to tell you, these beautiful crepes, the beautiful queens, they really add a big difference. So you see this a lot, sort of bland lines in these planned communities.
Yeah, you do. It has something to do with the price of plants and trees and that kind of thing, but you do want sod. You do want curves and lines in the landscape beds that really sort of accentuate in contrast with the straight lines in a house structure.
Very good. Well, Peter Klinkenberg, Cornerstone Solution Group, Donald Chapman, the very lucky winner of Save That Yard. He does have a beautiful new yard. Now, straight ahead, we're going to talk to a realtor about what kind of curb appeal can do for your real estate value, and it's incredible. You'll hear that. Also, Peter's tips, all on our website at myfoxtampabay.com. Back to you.
All right, Laura Moody live in Wesley Chapel. Thanks very much, Laura. And let's check in now with Laura Moody. She's in Wesley Chapel. Laura, you learning about a little bit of landscaping today, getting the job done, right?
Tom, I am so fascinated by what a difference landscaping makes. I'm getting all the education out here about the best shrubs to put in, what kind of sod you want, how you need to fertilize it, all those tips and more for you straight ahead.
Well, we've been checking on a home that has won a contest for a yard makeover. The lucky winner has gone from an everyday home to a place to be envied. And Laura Moody is at the home in Wesley Chapel. I'm glad somebody else just loves yard work like I do, Laura.
We're going to have you out here pulling weeds later.
Oh.
That's coming up later. No, it's interesting how even just the slightest amount of landscape will change a house and take it from no personality to pizzazz. And it really does make a house stand out in this real estate market where houses are everywhere. You want to make yours stand out. You want to do the best that you can. This house owned by Donald Chapman in Pasco County in Wesley Chapel is a cute home. But the folks from Cornerstone Solution Groups and from the RISE organization came in. This is all part of their Debug the Myths campaign. It teaches people about the importance of landscaping, about the importance of keeping up their yard, and a little curb value never hurt anyone, right? Gray Mattern is here with Keller Williams to tell us a little bit about that. Good morning to you, Gray.
Good morning to you. Yep, curb appeal is the #1 important thing. If you have no curb appeal, it doesn't necessarily make somebody want to come into your house and see what you've got in the inside.
Yeah, and when you looked at the outside of this house, what was the thing that stuck out to you most?
Ordinary. You know,
Yeah.
It's plain ordinary. It doesn't make anybody want to stop. If you have 2 homes on the same block, the same size, you know, which house are you going to want to look at? You're going to want to look at the house that has a great landscaping, because that tells you something about pride of ownership on the inside, too.
Absolutely. And so now?
Well,
Wow.
wow. A major difference, I can say.
And what was the thing that stood out to you when you saw the finished product?
I saw that it lightened the house up. It gives, it's easy maintenance. It's not high maintenance. Landscaping doesn't have to be a great chore every Saturday for somebody. This is low maintenance. The grass is nice and thick, and he will see and reap benefits if he goes to sell it, because he'll probably be able to sell it for a house that does not have great landscaping.
Well, and that's, you know, Donald was your client. What would you say to him if he had done this work himself?
If he had done the work himself, I'd say bravo.
If he took it on himself to get this done to sell his house.
Probably if I was coming to list his house and it was as it was before, I would recommend that he put some landscaping in. So with the RISE company, that's organization that's put this together, you know, that was nice for them to sponsor this. So it would definitely behoove him to, if he was to sell it,
Get it
be like this.
Get it done.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, ordinary. We don't want that. You want to stick out. You want to stand out the best you can. Wonderful landscaping is the best way to do that. We put Peter Klinkenberg's tips, who is the landscaper that sort of put this plan together. Those are on our website. You can find out more about the Debug the Myths campaign. You can learn about it all at myfoxtampabay.com. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Laura Moody, live in Wesley Chapel.